The game is still being worked on, but Cold Wild Games is confident in presenting what they have. Escape from the zombie-ridden capital of Latvia and see how many people can make it out alive. The game officially enters early access on March 27th, and Cold Wild Games was kind enough to let me play this ahead of time. It is my great pleasure to bring to you Grand Winds, Stories from the Outbreak. I've heard the music track is really good. This is the story of Anna. We have 4 food. Each person consumes 1 food per safe house, or each person will consume 1 food at a safe house. So if you had a team of 2 or 6, you'll eat that much food. I don't yet know how much fuel you'll need. These are our lore pieces. It's not really story piece as in stuff that is pertinent to your characters. It's just bits about the world around you. This and this, clicking your character, will pretty much bring up this window. It's limited in the personality information, so you don't really know much about Anna other than she's violent, pragmatic, and hopeful, which don't really mean much in terms of player mechanics at this point in the game. These stats, you get 1 stat point per level up. I speculate, but I'm not sure yet. I speculate that the smaller your party, the more stat ups you will get per character, because this kind of seems to give everybody an equal share of level ups. You got your agility, which is cooldown. Toughness, which you'll see when it says heals TGH, that's what this is. It basically says that heals you by your toughness variable. So if your toughness is 6, if it says heal toughness, that means it'll heal 6. Your intellect allows you to work at events. Sometimes there's single character events, and sometimes there's a whole party event, but I think it's probably just the first 4 characters. I'm not sure about that. You got your strength. It will depend on who your character is, but for Anna, I would say build her strength. Then you have skill, which is, of course, she doesn't really have any ranged abilities, at least not in the beginning of the game. And armor, you get 15 free damage shield points every battle. And it can go infinitely higher, or not really infinite, but it can continue to go past what your starting limit was. So this will build 1 focus, which is kind of like a rage meter. This is who it would attack. It costs me 21 time units. And this gives me 10 damage, which is 2 times strength. We can see here there's 5 times strength, and so forth. Some characters are just 1 time strength or whatever, but for her, strength seems to be a big deal, especially when she uses her focus, which it doesn't actually tell you anywhere outside of battle. Alright, so this is Anna's house, I guess. As Anna exits her apartment, she feels nothing but the stench of the new death and the weight of her weapon. And momentarily, she doubts the sanity of her own actions, but these thoughts are interrupted by a distant growl. Turning hesitation into adrenaline and energy, a zombie appears in sight, unaware that it's about to become a slightly scared survivor's first kill. This is the combat screen. During your turn, select an ability at the bottom of the screen. We have here Bat Bash, which we already saw earlier. You note that we don't actually get any focus for Hemorrhage, but we'll go ahead and just apply that for now, so we can take a look at some of the buffs and debuffs. Alright, when the zombie's first turn came up, he didn't do anything. That's because he's basically picking his action, but you don't seem to have to worry about that, so that's an advantage for you. That's the timeline, and it shows the order of future turns, as well as how much time is left between them. So Anna's going to go next, and this, I can't see the number, but that's how many turns it would take him to go after that. Each ability takes a different amount of time that you have to wait after using the ability. When selecting an ability, you will see how much delay it will cause. Choosing a powerful, slow ability may give your enemy time to do multiple moves before your next turn. Why did I do Hemorrhage? Well, it was a very low turn-based thing. Bat Bash is 21 and Hemorrhage is 15. And Carnage happens to do 25 damage, so he's never going to get to hit me. Battles will not be this easy. Out of breath and dizzy, Anna rests her bloodied bat against her shoulder. She promises herself that she'll get used to this soon. Leaving a beaten corpse behind her, she carries on. And so we have here an average zombie, not particularly unique, but still dangerous. We're going to build up our focus this time. This is your focus meter. And when it gets to 4, and every multiple of 4, you get a new temporary battle bonus. Additionally, every focus point, you get +1 damage. He has targeted her. That's what this little red icon means. So at 12 turns in, or 12 time units in, he will hit her. Unless I were to kill him beforehand, but there's nothing I can do. Everything I do, I will move after. That's fine, because whatever damage he does is likely to be negated by my protection. hit points do not regenerate outside of special events and eating food at safe houses. But shield, of course, I'll get 15 shield every battle. Let's go ahead and finish him off with a Carnage. The dead bodies of these foes are a reminder that the team may yet find a way to survive in the dying city. And then we get a new skill, Bloody Triumph. Unfortunately, you don't get to pick skill. I would like it if you could pick each character's whatever they get or for who. Or instead of just round-robin random skills. So she gets the new ability Bloody Triumph. Later, she could get something like an upgrade to her Bat Bash that you get to decide between two different skill trees, but, well, not really tree. Tree's the wrong word. We'll say perks or advantages, influences on that skill. How about that? Bloody Triumph does a random amount of damage, and if it happens to kill the enemy, I only have 15 as my cooldown. Basically similar to Hemorrhage in that way. Hemorrhage has 15 cooldown. This means that there's a survivor. Let's go ahead and click on that. Familiar face makes eye contact with Anna. Perhaps a neighbor, or someone seen a few times passing by. The man is sitting on a bench, a rusty axe beside him, and a motionless zombie bleeding on the ground right next to him. He looks shaken. Maybe, like Anna, he killed for the first time today. Noticing her bat, he stands up and greets her. Soon turning out to be another soul hoping to find enough fuel to make it on the ferry at Lipeja. Together, they'll have a much better chance of surviving out there. Or let's immediately go ahead and change up our formation. We'll hide behind him. I don't have a real reason for doing that, but I just figure I'd show you that there are formations. Here are the 4 squares that you can be in. You can even move your characters around, which I do intentionally do not to avoid damage or attacks, but to actually do something that is a very small RT. So if I were to, for example, walk horizontal, you notice at the top of the screen I can't move the mouse cursor without breaking the action, but it would only cost her 8 RT, or not RT, 8 action points, delay. So if I wanted something very tiny, if I wanted to wait until after a zombie had done anything, then I could just do that. But we'll go ahead and we'll pick on this guy right here. We'll go ahead and hit him with a Hemorrhage. They have both targeted him. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I guess we'll do Recover. Give 10 protection to target ally. Even though it says Recover and Janis has not taken any attacks whatsoever, his shield can continue to build higher and higher. It does not as overpowered as it sounds because the enemy will do more than 10 damage, but this will give him a little bit of extra leeway. So we'll go ahead and smash in this weak Frantic. And that will keep Janis up and standing without taking any permanent damage. Enemies get focus as well. As the battles proceed, both characters will start to expand upon their repertoire, making them slightly less predictable than a normal RPG battle. Most attacks give your characters focus. Each focus has a flat +1 damage to all damage you deal. Additionally, focus fills up the orange segmented bar. When you fill it up, you get a buff, but beware, for enemies can focus as well. Now, we both have 9, but your character, in this case, will go first, but they don't always go first. What is my buff in this case for Janis? I can get 4 protection for everybody right now. I can get +3 protection when I take damage. If I remember correctly, that does count for things like bleed and poison. If I have 10 stacks of bleed, I will take 10 damage, but that only counts as triggering Unwavering Resolve once. So I'll take 7 damage instead. We'll go ahead and just do Dare, because I've never picked that. But it won't matter for this battle. And then we'll just smash his head in. Yeah, that was our tutorial. Now this is our map. It seems to be the same as my trial run, so it's not randomly generated. I understand that what they're trying to go for here, but I would like it if maybe it was a more dynamic map, rather than clicking a path that you must pick. How about just buildings that you get to pick? And you can even decide to backtrack if you really felt like you wanted to, give some sort of reason why you shouldn't be backtracking, such as super danger or massive loss of food or courage or something. I don't know, whatever the case is, I really think it would be something like residence, park, or whatever, and work your way down. But okay. We have Survivor, 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 and a question mark. I don't really know how good fuel is. That's the thing. I know that you can be rewarded after battles, but I'm not sure what the pattern is for that, if there is even one. You can get items, attribute points, and skills. I took this direction on my test, and the event was different, so this part is random. The team finds themselves rather nervous when they pass a dozen armed people with military-grade armor, painted dark red with a few white elements. Colors that used to represent the Latvian flag, but now also represent the unity for peace. Their distrust turns into stress as the pseudo-cultists approach the team. Good day, my siblings. I see you are cleaning our streets, and for that we are thankful. But you are also using them to your advantage, looting them of resources that belong to the country, not you. We will not stop you from doing this as long as you pay our toll, the rightful price of using what belongs to us. The team can pay the toll or try to escape the situation. I literally just left the house and I was assaulted by military-grade people. That was just a completely random event. If you start the game over, you might get something different. We're going to try to run away. One of the team members screams, "Zombies!" and everyone takes off. After a short while, the cultists realize what happens and chase after. The team unsuccessfully tries shaking them off until they run into an actual horde of zombies. Seeing this, the Unity for Peace soldiers lose interest and decide to lead the team to their fate. You don't get experience points or anything for battles, but you can get perhaps arbitrary level ups or even trinkets, which are special modifiers for your battle. Positive modifiers. Right, let's go ahead and bat bash. So that poison will affect his protection rather than his health, thankfully. We'll continue to bat bash to build up that focus, and he'll continue to protect. So it seems very simple, but the game does ramp up in difficulty. As the last of the zombies falls to the ground, the weary team feels almost lucky. It's much better to confront the undead than the soldiers for the unity of peace. We got them good. Are we gonna reply on any of these? Well, I guess we'll affirm. Ain't no one better at dealing with zombies than us. She is prideful and he is happy now. Those bonuses plus toughness and minus intelligence, plus skill minus tough. Okay. Now the dog's gonna howl, and so that's not actually gonna do any damage to me. That will attack me though, but we'll see how much damage. Alright, did not break my shield. Good. It's fine. Alright, I hope I get someone good on this Survivor. On my trial run, I got someone who basically let me control the timeline. It was awesome. Trinket, Reflective Vest. I won't know what that is till the pop-up disappears. New ability unlocked. Looks like Anna got another ability. Adds +5 damage to next use of Carnage or its upgraded version of stacks. The great thing about this is it's a very small delay. And as far as I know, every point of agility decreases all delays by 1, so this becomes 6, then 5, then 4. You get a point of agility, this becomes 44 or 43. I don't know for sure, but that's the way I think it works. Characters can't take damage to both protection and health from the same attack. So as long as I have 1 protection, I guess I'm invincible. Okay, that is an interesting dichotomy there. I could try doing something with that. Alright, hope someone good, hope someone good. That is the Survivor I had that controls the timeline. Okay, I don't know if that's consistently the same, because that's who I got in my trial run, where I just wanted to see how tough these battles got. I don't really need any health, and you can't take medicine with you, so I guess we'll do this powerful threat. Now, you might wonder, well, Tran, why are you attacking the bouncer? If you kill the infected, you'll take less damage. Well, remember that the game has focus, so in the time it takes me to kill the infected, then the bouncer essentially gets a level, and that can be slightly problematic. We've got 3 people targeting her, by the way, so we'll try to figure something else out. This says all units, player and enemy, with turns in the next 12 ticks. That's only me at this case. We get 6 protection. It's actually only these 2, so they will get 6 protection, or I can do 5 damage. Now it says plus 1 damage for every 4 ticks. This is automatically done on these strikes, so it's not a damage over time. What it does is basically as I hit the target, it won't say 5. It'll say 5. It'll say whatever. Like for example, if I hit him, that's gonna be 6. So it'll say 11 damage. Let's go ahead and hit the bouncer then. Do I want to hit the bouncer? Or do I want to shield up? Let's hit the bouncer. And then we'll go ahead and Rusted Blade the group. Actually, no, we'll do Wild Shout. This will make them target him instead. Let me think here. Okay. We're going to do Carnage now. Bringing her up to 48. However, we're going to do Battlefield Maneuvers. Reverses the order of all turns and actions on the timeline. Lose 10 health if Inese is already preparing an ability. Well, she's not preparing an ability. She doesn't have any abilities. That'll be explained later when she actually gets one. So we're just going to trigger this right now. Watch the timeline carefully. Whoop. So remember how she had 48 before? And Inese was obviously at 0? Well, that just swapped. Now Anna is going to get to swing a whole lot. Let's go ahead and build up. We can heal now, and then every time she gets 4 focus afterwards, she'll immediately get her plus toughness, which is 6. I forget if her happiness or pride gives her more toughness. I forget exactly what that change was. Yes, it must have, because she's at 7 toughness. So she'll get 7 hit points now, but she's already max, so it won't matter. Or deal extra strength damage to bleeding enemies. They're not bleeding right now. Let's go ahead and pick this. Something to keep in mind is that this is not cumulative. This will always be the same focus buffs, but for Debilitate, it'll be lose 3 strength for 20 ticks. Lose 3 strength for 30 ticks and so forth. So if you keep getting Debilitate, it doesn't increase the strength loss, it'll increase how many ticks the enemy is lost by. So now you see why I might want to maneuver around just walking vertically. In Symphony of War, this is vertical, and that makes sense because it's vertical to your character's perspective. But in our perspective, this is vertical. And that's something that I keep getting mixed up because I'll look at this and I'll say, oh, I want to walk vertical or horizontal. Because of playing Symphony of War for like a month or 2, and this is my first foray into this game, I keep getting horizontal and vertical mixed up. In real life, I know what they are, but it's a matter of perspective. It's like if I say go left, well, to our characters, this is left. To us, this is left. Anyways, let's go ahead and finish off the bouncer. Yeah, we'll do Carnage again. They're both oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine as it is. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and Battlefield Maneuvers again. Remember that she can't hemorrhage and get focus, so if I want to do bloodshed, I'm gonna have to get that afterwards. So now we do a hemorrhage. When it says adds plus strength, remember that it's basically thinking of in terms of code. So her strength is 5. That means that she'll add 5 damage to every hit, as long as that dude is bleeding. Battlefield Maneuvers again. She doesn't need the healing, so I guess we'll just... She has less strength. Not that she's probably going to get the move, but yeah, she does have less strength, so I could afflict bleed. We'll go ahead and have her inflict her own bleed. I guess she did get the move after all. So she has a 14 turn. So what I could do is I could do Unhinged Intimidation. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty nice. She's already bleeding, by the way. If I do Unhinged Intimidation, I might actually lose my attack power. It's a chance. This is a chance to actually succeed, and she'll get 1 attack in if I fail. If I just do this one, I'll do 40 damage, and she will get an attack in. So let's go for the chance of Unhinged Intimidation. Alright, she lost her bleeding, so I'm only going to do 40 damage, unfortunately. You can pick multiple stacks of the same one.
It was around 7 o'clock in the morning. A young man was breaking into my car. He was wearing a tracksuit and a cap and was struggling to get my belongings out. I shouted for help and he noticed me. I got scared. I was afraid that he'd mug me. He just quickly grabbed my laptop bag from the car and escaped.
Janis gets Reciprocation. Deals 8 damage to any enemy who melee attacks Janis in the next 40 ticks. Let's get some food. Among all the presumably expired, unusable food, the team spots some precious canned goods, or at least the team can see them while shining a flashlight through the gaps in roller shutters blocking their entrance. They know there's resources inside, they just have to find a way in. So I guess we'll just pick unlikely successes. I mean, unless this summons zombies, that there's really no harm in it. Force doesn't seem to do much good for breaking in, but it does introduce the team to some bone aches that weren't there before. After a short while, they leave this place slightly more beaten than before. Did I actually take damage? Yes, I did. Alright, I guess that is the price of failure. Hell on Earth. As the team explores the city, gunshots are by no means an unusual sound. However, the team's interest peaks when a loud bang accompanies gunshots, followed by a rumbling noise, and then silence. At first, it's hard to discern which direction the noise came from, but within a minute, a pillar of smoke starts rising from a location that must be only a block away. Curiosity takes the upper hand and the team scouts the location. What they find is an unusual sight even for the outbreak. These are the footprints of an explosion, scorch marks on the pavement frame, the fire consuming cars, trees, and houses. One small building's facade has partially collapsed on the street. There are corpses here, zombies and survivors alike. Mangled bodies, dismembered body parts, blood and guts, some burned to a crisp. It's hell right here on Earth. By the looks of it, several survivor groups fought here, as well as a horde of zombies. It's unclear who set off the explosives and how this fight started. But it is clear that there's a cornucopia of rewards to be found here, near the remnants of the dead scavengers. The smoke and noise has surely caught the attention of large hordes of zombies. Looting here is risky and must be done quickly. The team can scavenge here, but the longer they stay, the higher the risk. Scavenge! The sound of crackling fire is replaced by the ghastly moan of the undead. The transition unnoticed but only apparent when it's already too late. I can't believe I failed the first check. Well, I mean, second check of the game, but first check of that event. I have always had bad luck. Alright. And we'll go ahead and start with the carnage. Then we'll immediately out of maneuvers. You'll probably get tired of seeing me do that, but that is definitely a powerful way to go. Inese also has a toughness heal focus buff, but Janis does not, so he'll need to know some other way to heal. Dog is targeting themselves, and that zombie is targeting him. Okay. I think we'll just slice. And then we will, you guessed it, now you may wonder why I didn't go for the dog. Because in the timeline, the dog is now last. Come on, clicking. So basically, Anna has moved 8 times, Janis has moved once, and Inese has moved twice. That's how much she's getting mileage out of this. Their rotting bodies have added yet more disturbing elements to this already macabre scene. Too much time has been wasted here. The team must carry on before more zombies arrive. This is my chance for a new life, right? Let's carry on. Now she has fear, which gives her plus intelligence, minus strength. All right. So I failed every check, and I can't click on medicine or anything. You cannot go back ever, no matter what. Even if your team was starving and near death, you would have to go to where you expect danger. I think that's ridiculous. I get what they're trying to go for. I've never played FTL or Faster Than Light, but I think that's what this scheme is similar to. From what I tell, I've never seen videos on it, but again, I've heard people comparing it to. Regardless, in a zombie apocalypse situation where it says the team expects danger here, okay? You have that, and you're literally surrounded by medicine instead. You might want to turn around. But okay, I get it. Maybe you're trying to present like there's some sort of impending doom behind you. I get it. It's ridiculous. This is an upgraded version of the Bouncer. It's a variant with powerful protective abilities. He's got 7. Yeah, he's not slow enough. It's fine. Well, I know you're going to get tired of seeing that, but it is the most effective way I could leverage my team as it is right now. I don't think I have any other way to make him bleed other than Anna doing an attack. All right, so this is where my moving around takes place. I want to push him as far back as possible because he's still pretty beefy. The other zombies I've been fighting have had like 40 hit points. Dogs 30, regular infected like 40, right? So we're gonna just do a regular bat bash and end up at 21 time units. Now you may say like, well, now I can't do my thing. Well, that is true. However, I could, for example, do a slice, or I can juggle back and forth for a bit. Since 17 is enough for this, we're gonna go ahead and do a slice. And we'll continue to wail on him. So this is not as good, but it's gonna keep him busy for a second. So we're gonna go ahead and maneuver for now. Now we're gonna go ahead and shield up. He's gonna attack Janis. He took that like a champ. Now's the death knell for this. We're gonna go ahead and Carnage, and he's never gonna get a second move. Got a nice heal bonus there. Let's go ahead and continue to wail on him. I didn't know you could scroll that. I wonder if I have more than 3. New ability unlocked. I was thinking which one I should click first. It's not a choice of them, but it may matter for your ability unlock. In that if it asks you which way do you want to level up a skill, it might matter for as far as your stats are going. Anyways, Inese gets a level up skill that gives her decapitation. So this is an ability. Remember it says here, lose 10 health if used while Inese is already preparing an ability? Well, decapitation says she's going to wait 79 time units and then deal 72 damage, which is 18 times strength. If you really, really wanted to do a lot of damage, this is definitely the way to go. Every level up in strength will do extra 18 damage. That's a huge amount of damage. However, battlefield maneuvers is instant, and so leveling up her agility is not going to help me that much with these skills here and the way I'm currently playing things. I might choose to do strength, but chances are she's not going to do decapitation that often. When she does get a level up, I'll need to figure out what she's going to be. Perhaps toughness? No, maybe intellect for the non-combat situations. Because I don't want her to go faster than Anna. Yeah, if she levels up agility, she'll be faster than Anna, and I'm just gonna level Anna's sheer strength. So probably intellect, just so I can do more non-combat situations, because I keep failing. I've failed everything so far. With the exception of getting her in my team, I failed every event. Like, I failed to run away from the guards, I failed to scavenge, I failed, like, I can't think of a single thing I passed. So we're at the strength, and now she does more of this stuff, more of this awesome damage. So 10 to 12 is not that great. 25 to 30 is, now we're starting to talk. 12 to 36, okay, I can see some of the changes. And then +6 damage to the next use of Carnage. Okay, so this means I can keep stacking this on and on and on. So if I just wanted to add 7 units, I could just do that. I think this time we're going to switch things up a bit and we'll go for the smaller infected because Anna's a little bit beefier now and she might be able to take the infected down. Alright, she will go right after Anna. That's good. We'll go... Can I target you? No, I cannot. So we'll target you. Now notice it says slice 4 damage, but this guy has 29 units. It's not going to say 4 damage when he gets hit. And then you, what's my highest one? Yeah, it is Rested Blade, correct. Okay. I'll aid this. I want him to have as high units as possible, so that way when I do the Carnage, he'll be closer to taking his next turn. Anna has gotten up as much damage as possible. He's going to be poisoned to death, so we'll go immediately into Carnage. Unfortunately, added 20 shield points, so actually that dude will survive. We'll go ahead and do battlefield maneuvers. Poison does not ever wear off, but every 10 ticks he will take 1 poison damage. That's not enough to really win by, so we will actually have to do more. I guess we'll go ahead and hit him once. It feels like such a waste. Yeah, Janis is going to move after, so there's no point in trying to wait for that move. Okay, so now we will, I think we'll go for go for that one, just for the bouncer. Okay, he's going to take 1 more damage. That's not going to be enough to kill him. But we might do a Hemorrhage, which is a very, very short, quick attack. But I think we'll go for the Bat Bash instead and get more focus. Really feels like a waste, but it's going to take 40 ticks before he can die, and he's probably going to get 2 attacks if I don't do anything. Let's go ahead and finish him off. Alright, he spit poison on everyone. We can deal with that for now. He's still casting spells, it looks like, and... Now she's got 3 stacks of poison. $15 turn, then $36 turn, or just a straight up Carnage. He will still get to move. So if I Bat Bash twice, he'll still get to move. Alright, let's try Carnaging up. I want Anna to move in front of Inese, so I can't do another unhinged intimidation, but I will go ahead and lay down a Carnage. So again, I wanted to push that timeline as far, as deep as possible. apply the hemorrhaging. So now we'll just start doing some extra bat bash additional damage. Trying to reduce that poison damage she's taking. Let's get that protection up so protect from the poison damage, because it's the health long term I'm looking for. Do a bloody triumph because you've never seen me do that. Story piece, Poet's Diary. Why would I go searching for you now? We did not part on a good note. Road Salt. New ability unlocked. Okay. On my first run through, she got Bat Bash as a level up. And I understand randomization. I get it. It's not as fun when you can't make your own decisions. So yeah, we get Carnage, which is really good. I mean, I obviously use Carnage a whole lot. So I get to pick between, let's see, deal 18 damage to a row. That's an interesting concept. Huh. Deal 18 damage, deal double damage to targets who are full health? What? I don't want either of these. I'll take this for now, but geez, game. Come on, really? Double damage, huh? Let me think. What? So this means I'm gonna have to use Unhinged. That does definitely change my gameplay a lot. Alright, we'll do... I'm gonna go Deicide. I think I could probably get more reliable mileage out of Mayhem, because as the battle continues, battles continue for a while. It kind of hinges on the whole focus meter. So there, you saw that Anna had like 12, 16 turns in. This double damage thing only was going to happen on the first attack of that guy. However, I'm wondering if I'm able to, unless this Road Salt says like enemies start with 10 hit points less or something, I'm screwed in that case. So that's one of the reasons I wish I could see what the trinket was. Deal double damage to targets who are at full health. If I combine this with Unhinged Intimidation, I might really be able to just decimate everyone. Problem is, my first move is a Carnage, which means it won't be ramped up. Sure, the back row I might be able to just pop in one hit. The front row is going to take a lot of time to... Alright, we'll do this one. Just, I guess we'll just do Mayhem. I don't like it. I want my big damage. That's why I picked Strength for her. That is awful. Don't do that to me, game. It was 5 times Strength, now it's 3 times Strength. I'm not trying to whine, just expressing my... I'm just trying to offer commentary, I suppose. I'm playing it up. Your team has arrived at an empty but seemingly secure and hidden location. You may rest here and prepare for the next day. Let's see here. My only problem is Janis. I wish I could see the map again. Alright, we'll eat half for now. I'd rather... I mean... Alright. I kind of just don't want to eat at all, but Janis is really low on health. And here's the problem. I bet if she loses Pride, it's still going to be a permanent health loss in terms of losing 20% of the health. This is, as far as I know, hit points. Alright, we'll just eat half. It's fine. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch our roles up as well. We'll move Anna to the front. And we'll do this boss battle. The team expects danger here. The old man smiles mysteriously as he makes his way towards the team. And the hounds, not immune to the unfortunate effects of the new death, follow loyally by his side. A strange humanity can still be seen in his infected eyes, somehow even more haunting than the lifelessness that the virus instills in others. It's a dangerous humanity, reflecting a mindful cruelty that the other zombies, too primitive and beastly, would not be capable of. The growls of the hounds by his side indicates that they won't allow you to flee. There's one way to settle this. Face the man who has befriended death. Alright, so every time the Houndwalker's focus fills, he summons an extra hound. So it might not really be worth your time trying to kill the hounds. Because in this case, this probably would have been a good moment for Deicide, but that's alright. I'm going to just bash the front row for a whole... Wait, what? Oh, okay. I mean, so I... Okay. At least it's still long cooldown. Trying to think. By the way, when your characters drop to 0 hit points, they're dead for good. Oh, let's see what Salt does. Enemies lose 3 focus if their turn starts on the same tick as one of the player characters. Interesting. I'm not sure I really want to plan around that, but okay. Dog is focusing on Anna. He'll probably use up all her shields, and we'll go and do that. That's if he gets to move, and we'll do another Mayhem, which is why I was not worried about the Hound at all. And then we'll maneuver again. If I can lower him enough for Janis to finish off, she can then hit this row. So we're going to just do Bat Bash, and that should give me enough for the Corrupted Axe. Really should have done Bloody Triumph on that guy, but it's fine. Cutting this fiend down feels like a genuine act of heroism. The team has banished something above the simple, unthinking bloodthirst of the other infected. It's unclear whether the haunting smile of this Houndwalker reflected unyielding wisdom, or perhaps was a sign of pure evil. Almost as if the other scavengers have been too scared to approach this creature, the team has an easy time finding fuel nearby. Newly unlocked. This. Okay, I was waiting for this. Provide opportunity. Wait the delay, then swap turn order with an ally. Now this would be affected by agility. So if I increase his agility, it'll be 10 turns. And I'll increase it again, it'll be 9 turns and so forth. So basically, whatever this hourglass symbol is how long it takes before he uses provide opportunity. I'm thinking I'll probably level him up in agility. Measuring tape. Story piece. Pages from the Book of Jonah. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed for Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. Okay. Okay, maybe the survivor's always the same, because that is also the same survivor I had on my test run. Don't expect me to die that easily. Happiness. I must carry on. Is it combine pride and happiness? Okay. So her toughness evens out, but she gets an extra skill point, I guess, at the loss of intelligence. I don't want you to be happy then. She doesn't have ranged abilities. Whatever game. Alright, so if she was a okay. I think we'll do it this way. The character most likely to wiggle around is going to be Inese, so that I could make her position right after Anna moves. So by moving horizontally or vertically, this isn't endangering one of them, but I definitely don't want the old man getting slaughtered or anything like that. I don't want any of them getting slaughtered. As for the tape measure, we have back row enemies take intelligence damage from melee attack. Interesting. I'm glad I did not pick deicide. I would have been really screwed. Because as far as I know, you can't disable these. Alright, so that was part 1. This next episode, part 2, will encompass this adventure with what I promised as our expositional interesting setup with provide opportunities. So look forward to how I do more timeline shenanigans in the next episode of Tread Wind, Stories from the Outbreak. I'll see you next time.